Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. This is our video presentation for Excel UQKE3001. We are from Good 3 and the name of our program is Fanatic Photographer. This is our team member which is contain 5 members which is Hanif Azmi, Haziq, T. Lee Hong, Muhammad Aizat which is me and Muhammad Faris Alani. Before we make this program, we first did a survey to UTM student. We make a survey using 3 methods which is contain Google Form survey, WhatsApp interview, and the third one is the internet research, which is internet and reading. So this is our Google Form, the graduate attribute survey. Next, from the Google Form survey, we got 102 respondents. From the pie chart, a largest number of respondents to this survey were from year 4 student, which is 59.8%. However, year 1 students were the least likely to respond to this survey, which is 7.8%. Next, the most faculty to respond to the survey consists of 65.7% from the engineering faculty, while the science faculty was 13.7%. Next, in the Google Form survey, we also construct answer choice in the survey to be answered that we found in the graduate attributes. So, the most important graduate attributes that UTM student like, which is the first one is thinking skill, which is 78 respondent, and the second enterprising skill, which is 63, and the third one is leadership and team working, which is 60 respondent. However, from the Google Form survey also, we collect all the suggestions from the respondent about the program. So, the program that have been suggested, which is seminar, starter art event, robotic competition, Kenjati Diri, global outreach program, design competition, B2 business, photography competition, Majlis Khatam Quran, and selling booth. From the suggestion, we choose the photography competition to make a program. Next, from the WhatsApp interview, we also got 1 respondent. This student also say the same thing about 3 graduate attributes that I have mentioned before. I will pass my presentation to the next team member.
Hello, my name is Haziq bin Hasdi, and this is the top 3 the chosen graduates attributes that we obtained from the data from the Google Form. The first one is the thinking skills, second one is leadership and teamwork skill, the third one is enterprising skill. Next is the weakness of thinking skill. The issue is students are exposed to a comfortable learning environment where it causes students to unable to utilize their high-order thinking skill in education. So how do we address this is that the graduates should be able to think differently, as most of the problems in industry requires a genuine idea and solution. Next is the weakness of leadership and teamwork skill. Students lack of social interaction during their studies, and it became worse after the online class was introduced due to the pandemic. It is very vital for students to experience leadership opportunities during their studies, to learn the art of building relationships with teams, finding identities, and achieving tasks effectively. The third is weakness of enterprising skill. The issue is the only chance that students able to sharpen their skill is by actively participating in any entrepreneurial program or course. But throughout their time in the UTM, the course and program that been offered is really limited.
And hello, I am Muhammad Faris Alani, and I will continue with our proposed program entitled Fanatic Photographer. The program is about to encourage students to sharpen their photography skills and introduce the participant on how to make passive income by marketing their skills in freelancing. The program is held on 4 June 2022, time at 9:30 until 5 p.m. Venue at KTR K01. This is a one-day program. Our targeted participant is 50 UTM students, and our invited guest is Patrick Tau, also known as Hub Patrick. He is a Malaysian and Singapore-based photographer who knows work mostly in the realm of commercial architecture and interior photography. Our proposed activity is we have four, which is the first one is basic photography. We introduce the participant with basic photography organizations such as what is photography, shutter speed, aperture, ISO, metering, and more. The second one is grouping. The participant will divide it into random group and get to know each other by doing some ice-breaking activities. The third one is freelancing integration, a sharing session by invited guests about how he grew his career, skill tips and tricks in self marketing for freelancing. The finally and we held a competition. Each group need to work together to plan how to catch buyer attention from a random product by practicing their photography skill and creativity. Our objective for this program is to expose participants with basic photography skill, introduce the participant to freelancing market, teach participants on how to make their skill, how to market their skill, and finally to enhance the team working and leadership skills among participants. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay, now let's move on to the program tentative. So at 9:30 we will wait for the participants to gather and register, and then after that we will start with the welcoming speech by the director, and then at 10:15 we will begin with lesson number 1, which is basic photography skills by our invited guest Hart Patrick. And then after that we have a Q&A sessions for 1 hour, and then after Q&A sessions there will be lunch break. Okay, after lunch break, the lesson number 2 will begin with a topic of freelancing introduction by our guest also Hart Patrick. And then after the freelancing introduction, we will have a icebreaking sessions with the participant so that they can divide themselves to form a group. And then after that, the competition will begin. And then after the competition, there will be a closing ceremony. First with a speech, and then the announcement of the winner. And then after that, at 5 p.m., the program finish. Okay, let's move to financial statement. So financial statement, first is participant certificate. So quantity is 50 pieces. And the price for one unit is 1 ringgit, so the total is 50 ringgit. Then printed materials like notes, quantity is 60 pieces. Price per unit is 50 cents, and the price will be 30 ringgit. So the hall rent will be 500 ringgit. Souvenirs for participants is 3 ringgit, and for our guests is 20 ringgit. So the total is 150 ringgit and 20 ringgit. So the fee for the speakers is 700 ringgit. And then food will be given to participants, crew members, and the speaker. So the budget allocation will be the same, which is the breakfast is 6 ringgit, lunch is 9 ringgit. So the total is 15 ringgit. So the total for food budget allocation is 840 ringgit. And then t-shirt for crew members only is 175 ringgit with 35 ringgit per unit. And camera equipment, camera and tripod is free because this is a club's equipment. So the only thing that we need to buy is the Kodak film because we are using a film camera. So price per unit is 30 ringgit and the total is 300 ringgit. And then the price for the competition is first place is 200 ringgit, second place is 150 ringgit, and the third place is 100 ringgit. So the total budget for this program is 3,215 ringgit.
Hi, my name is T. Lee Hong, and I will be presenting the monitoring and evaluation. During the implementation, we will prepare a registration counter to monitor and assist our participants. And then we will create a voting sessions for the participants to vote for the best photography design. And then after the completions, we will give the feedback form for this event. From the feedback, we will analyze our data for improvement. This is the Google form for our proposal feedback. From our event, I will highlight the importance, what we can learn from our event. First is the thinking skills, which we can inspire student creativity and imagination. For our event, we can let the students to think critically for the competitions. And next is the greater attributes of leaderships and team working. Competition in group are able to adapt work in a team for students, and they require excellent leadership to win the competitions. Of course, we related to our greater attributes of enterprising skills. So with our event, uh, we can inspire students to gain knowledge and experience related to business, so they can utilize the skills into profitable business. In conclusion, although this event is not the most popular based on the survey, but we have the confidence that this event is able to involve students to have more understanding in photography and realize the importance of learning extra soft skill. Students also able to implement their photography knowledge to organize and run a business commercially. Last but not least, students are able being taught to give back to the society, community and world of what they had gained and be grateful appreciation on their life. That's all for me.